Hi guys, that's Dorota Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here, and I'm with Fiona. Today we are gonna do some snowflakes encapsulation and some chrome nail art. So I've got one nail in here, which I'm just gonna treat with the blue scrub to dehydrate it. And then using the nail file, we are gonna shape the free edge and scratch the surface of the natural nails. I have done the removal because she carried out the nail extensions for the last 12, 10, I don't know, 13, long, many years. So this is how her nails looks after the removal. Now the nail plate is nicely scratched, and then I'm just gonna grab some nail forms. Oh, they tangled. And then we are gonna sculpt this nail. So I left the ring finger because we want to put some glitter snowflakes in there. I always put a sticker on the back of the form and then pre-roll it in between my fingers to get a nice and slim look. Okay, then search the middle, slide underneath of the nail, and then place the form in. Once we've got the form in, we have to dehydrate the nail plate with the extra nail prep. So I'm just dehydrating it, wait for it a couple seconds to dry, and then we are gonna apply universal air bond, which gives a nice adhesion of the product to the natural nails. And then we are gonna grab the form, again, do exactly the same, wrap in, and slide it underneath of the nail. So this nail is already prepped, an extra nail prep, and then universal air bond, and universal air bond. Perfect. The gel which we are gonna use it is a perfect rose, and this is one of my favorite ones. Like, I wear it always on my nails. I think it looks absolutely amazing. And then just grab the tiny amount of the product, press it really hard and decent into the natural nail plate, and extend the free edge. I want to do it in a small amount, like a really thin layer, because the snowflakes which we are gonna encapsulate are really large. So just a very thin layer. And then cure it. This nail is slightly different because here we want to do it the full nail in the same color. So just a nice and thin layer again, like really decent press. Pre-pinch it a little bit stronger. And then extend the free edge. I'm going for the letter S.5. Make sure your nail likes touch. Every corner of your nail is touched with the product. Perfect. Change. Okay, this one is ready for the next step. So we are just gonna apply it again, nice and thin layer, like really thin layer. And then grab those pretty snowflakes. They look absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna go for a pink and pink. They come in two different sizes. And using the brush, we are just gonna pick up one snowflake. Make sure it's like actually really one snowflake, because they sometimes get stuck together. And I'm placing like the large one somewhere in the middle, somewhere where we're gonna have the most product, because otherwise you will file through it. Again, check if this one is single one. Yes, it is. So I can slap it maybe on this side for a change. And then another one, making sure, see, they actually separated now. So this one will go more on this side. Okay, once we've got those snowflakes, you can see it, they really stick out. So in order to make them nice and flat, I like to use a tiny bit of the foil, and it can be any kind of foil you've got. Just place it over it. And then use a pinching clamp just to hold the things in place. Perfect. Change. Okay, this nail is ready for an apex placement. So what we have to do is pick up a small scoop of the product again, and brush it on into the entire nail. This is also awesome as well because it gives you a perfect amount of the product around your cuticle area. And now I'm just grabbing like the largest scoop my brush can pick, making sure the product is on the one side of my brush, and I'm just start building my apex. So I'm releasing the product from the brush and then going one side, other side, into a sort of reverse, almost like a reverse French manicure, and then just touch it up. That's my nail built in. Change. Okay, and then we are gonna add some extra sparkle through it. So I've got a glitter, I think it was Glitter Planet I got it, and it was called Jack Frost, but I am 100% not sure because it was many years ago, guys. So I'm just pulling this out. I can also take the form out as well from this nail, and then using a clear gel, and I like to use for the encapsulation crystal one, we are gonna put some tiny bit of this sparkle in. So I'm just you can see it as my glitter gel actually, because it's full of different type of glitters. I just dip it in the brush with the glitter, and I'm just gently brushing it in completely random places. Thanks. Because we want to make those snowflakes nice and sparkly. Okay, straight away I'm picking up the scoop of the gel, and I'm gonna build up apex on this nail too. Again, working one side and other side to make sure I've got enough product there. Check my side view. And then give it a cure. Okay, now before we start filing, make sure you do close all your products and just put them away, otherwise they will get really dusty. And I take the sculpted nail with the form, we can remove it. So I'm just pulling the form down now, using the drop of the UV cleanser to remove the inhibition layer, and we can start shaping this nail. So I'm filing always one side first, and then filing the other side. Do it a little bit at the time, because this way you are not risking over filing the nails, and you can see it like filing those places is really making a big difference already. File it from underneath, like making sure both sides are equal. Blend everything around the cuticle area. So nice blend. You don't want any product to stick out in this area, because that can cause the lifting, and we want the client nails to last a really nice and long time. File the free edge. And then smooth the entire nail. Fiona is a hairdresser, so I like to also check her nails, like how they look from the client point of view. And the reason for it is like I want to make sure they are all nicely shaped. And then I can also shape the other nail with the file first. So UV cleanser to remove those inhibition layer. And then file one side, other side. And shorten it. Each time when you shorten the free edge, you have to thin it out just so it doesn't look too bulky. We also need to blend the cuticle area nicely, just so the things looks good. And this is always like an awesome time as well, like because when we, I can shorten it, when we do file the nail, it becomes, and it has a glitter encapsulation inside, it becomes like matte, and when we put the top coat, all the glitters and sparkles are showing through, which looks absolutely amazing. Okay, and then again, I want to check the client view. So I'm always twisting the client hand this direction, and then I can see it, how the nails look. Okay, I'm almost happy with this one. Just a tiny wee more touch up in this area here. Like you really want to make sure it's nicely blended in. Okay, clean the dust and then swap to the white buffer. So with the white buffer, we are gonna smooth the surface even further. I'm still pushing back the cuticles and I'm checking how this area is looking, and I feel like there's a tiny bit of bulk in here, guys, and we need to remove it because otherwise it is gonna be quite visible when the nails grow later on, and I really don't want that. Okay, clean it. We are gonna also use some wool to clean up the cuticles a little bit more, so I'm just filing one side, just a little extra clean, and then put it back into the reverse and do the other side. Next step is a gray buffer. I always say great. But it is a really great buffer, and I'm just perfecting the things with it. Making sure it looks nice. Like blend this area so you don't know where the product starts. Use a drop of the blue scrub to clean it. That will look so pretty once we put the top coat over it. And then I'm gonna do exactly the same with the other nail, and then we move on into the design. Okay, so we need the French gel, and that's the that's actually my favorite gel. If you guys don't have it, you have to have it because you can do so much with it. Like I use it basically for everything. I'm just slapping it in a tiny bit on the nails where we've got the full coverage, and then grabbing my form, place it upside down. Oh. Grabbing another form and placing it upside down, and then my sponge. Use the scissors to cut a fresh piece. The reason for it is like you don't want to have too much of a fluff, and also the fresh, like this side doesn't work well. Is the side which is inside, which works the best for a ombre. And I really love this technique. Like always make sure you do remove the fluff from it, and then we are able to start blending our white gel. And what is even better about it, you can add a drop of your favorite gel polish to it, and it will blend absolutely perfectly in any other color you want. So you can see it very quick and easy. Cook it. And then do exactly the same in this one. An absolutely amazing, quick way to decorate client nails. And Baby Boomer is my favorite from all the kind of designs. Change. Then messy French. So my second layer, I want to have the things much more pigmented, and I'm just touching it up a little bit like this. Perfect, change. I'm a little bit too fast, so my product doesn't manage to cook. Like, I mean, obviously we do a live recording, so you can, normally you would cure it 60 seconds before you would touch the next layer. I'm kind of gently doing on a little bit uncured product change. And then the third layer, so the third layer is like our perfecting layer, just to blend this middle. Obviously I have to wait a couple seconds longer, but in the meantime I'm gonna straight away apply the top coat, just so my other nail can cook. And you can see it, how pretty those snowflakes looks once they encapsulate it, like an absolutely amazing way to decorate clients' nails. Change. A gentle touch up on this one, just to blend up this middle area. Fantastic, change. And then straight away I'm applying the top coat on this one, because we want to put some liquid chrome over it, and I'm gonna use an angel one, just because I thought it does looks really nice with the snowflakes. For chromes, your top coat has to be perfect. Change. So I'm just doing exactly the same in here, making sure the things are nice and pretty. And we have to cook our nail for 60 seconds exactly. Do not like under cure, because then it wouldn't wrap nicely in. And also if you over cure it, you will have a trouble for a chrome to stick into it. So now we are gonna cure it 60 seconds. Okay, my right hand is ready for the next step, so we are gonna grab the dotting tool and our French gel, the same one which we have used before. Now I've got a tiny bit of the overfilled snowflake here, so that's where I'm gonna place my sugar snowflake to blend the things. D-liner brush, just to make it to look like a snowflake. Just checking if we're still in a camera view. And then use sugar glitter to sprinkle it. Change. Okay, this one is ready for a chrome application. So I've got the Angel liquid chrome, and I just rub this in, wait a couple seconds, rub this in, like apply it in, and then rub this in. So it gives this nice chromy look to it. And exactly the same colors actually as the snowflakes. Apply the top coat over it. Change. And then we are gonna rub the chrome here as well. It actually looks nice like this as well, like it's almost like a frosty look. No, I just prefer doing it with my finger. Okay, rub this nicely in. And then apply the top coat. Make sure you cap the free edge really properly. Change. Okay, and then we are gonna pin the snowflake. another one. So I want this one to go here. Now guys, you're quite often asking me like, how is the sugar lasting? So like, I find that sugar can stain faster, like, but it does last. You can see it. I've still got some sparkles, and those nails are quite old. If you do stain it, you could use just like a nail polish remover to clean it, or even a nail dehydrator just to freshen it up, and it will remove any kind of stain. But the product actually stays in, and I always use it with the French gel because it is a gel which can be used for designs, of course, not like for a full coverage, but for designs it can be used without of top coat, and it's gonna last. So also depending on the size of the glitter, as you can see, this one is like extremely fine. So like if the sugar is fine, it's not gonna come off. If you're using like a very chunky glitter, yes, of course it will come off quicker because it's easier to catch it and kind of pull it away. But doing it with very, very fine sugar gives you a nice and long lasting results. Okay, drag it through. This is always a really nice and easy way to do the snowflakes, the dot snowflakes. Absolutely amazing. And you can see it like I'm able to do exactly the same design. So I'm sometimes showing you on the tips and twist the client hand any direction I kind of need it as well. Perfect. Change your hands, and that's our set finished. So what I have to do is just remove the excess of the sugar, and you can see it. We have created a really nice and pretty Christmassy wintry set. Of course, at the end I would just clean up a client's nail folds. Usually give it a couple seconds for the top coat like to kind of cool down before you start applying the cuticle oil and before you start taking like touching the top coat. So that's how those nails look. I hope guys you have really, oh that's so pretty view, you have really enjoyed this short tutorial, I would say, and hopefully like soon we will be able to record more, a little bit longer appointments, because obviously now it's a crazy Christmas time, which is so busy. Yeah, and also all the products I have used today, you can grab them from our website, which is www.dorotapalicka.com. Big glittery hacks, and bye for now.